lot of inspiration. A lot of the times during my old my old Dungeons and Dragons campaigns, I would spend a lot of my time drawing. Like, I'd spend time drawing characters, I would spend time drawing, like, events that happen. But I mean, that was like one of the main things D&D stood for me. But honestly, it really just meant have a long day, and no matter like where your friends were, no matter what they were doing in their lives, we all got together on like a Sunday or a Saturday, and we just played until the sun came up again. And it was like, I guess, I mean, I'm not gonna like make a spectrum, but it was almost like the next level of like just hanging out, because like everyone didn't just like crack jokes and all that kind of stuff. Everyone got together and we did something that was like a cool adventure for all of us at the same time. I don't know.
We made the dumb decision of letting Aaron lead us. He didn't have the perception to know what was in front of him.
Right.
So he ran into a trap and ended up in a tree. So it took us 20 minutes, without an exaggeration. 20
at least 20
minutes.
Yeah, at least 20.
To come to a conclusion, to get this guy out of a tree. He's tied up there with a rope. So our two decisions were that Blanca was going to climb the tree, we were going to cut him down, and I was going to catch him.
Right.
Which, keep in mind, my character is this tiny little half-elf.
If we cut him, does she have to roll to see if she catches him?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait. 9.
And I'm just like, this is gonna end horribly, because he's like this massive, like, dragonborn.
Dragon man.
And I'm like, we're gonna die.
The one guy we have in front to take all our damage ends up setting off a trap and in a tree. We spent over 30 minutes contemplating killing him in order to get him out of the tree. The weird part, he was okay with that. He was like, yeah, go ahead, kill me.
Yeah, whatever.
He's like, yeah, kill me. Just bring me back. Just kill me real quick.
And so we were just gonna have him die, and we're just gonna kill him, and then have her revive him. So
Just
it's
bring
like,
him back to life.
you know, that's a cool way to sum it all up.
That was literally our decision until we asked our DM, we're like, is that gonna work? And
Yeah,
he's
is
like,
that
he
legal?
won't die. And we're like, damn it, we need a new plan.
Yeah.
And like, that's the only reason we didn't do it. And Aaron's over there like, guys, you're gonna kill me? And we're like, yep, time to do plan.
Yeah, okay, so you swing your sword, you accidentally nick your leg.
Oh.
Roll, okay. And you deal 3 damage to yourself.
Oh my god,
the one. Wait, where do I write?
Right there, so
you're-
you have 9, so you got 3, you're 9 to
I'm gonna get him. Oh, shit.
When I was invested in this world, it was cool to bring that experiences back with me. And I'm not saying like I would go into my workplace and say like, I just got the axe of Melchior, fear me. But it's the kind of thing where you brought back this specialized kind of entertainment that wasn't just like fed to you. It was the kind of thing where it made you want to be involved in something.
I mean, it's kind of nice in a way, too, because it's, like, at least for me, like, my character is much more, like, excuse my language, but she's a lot more bitchy than I am. So I guess, in a way, it's almost kind of fun to see what you could be if you weren't yourself. Like, you kind of get to delve out of what you are. I have a friend who plays, and her whole thing is she's like, I'm a really quiet, laid-back person, and because my character is more outgoing, it forces me to be, like, 10 times more outgoing and take control of situations, which I guess in real life could end up, I don't want to say altering your own personality, but I guess like helping you grow as a person.
Yeah. Breaking out into your creative self, you know, exploring new ideas that you wouldn't normally come up with, or new concepts, and just challenging those ideas.
From what I took out of the larger picture, it was great for story writing. I mean, even if you weren't the DM, you would leave that session and you think about all the possibilities. You're in this world, and you can experience it as you choose. And when a game ends, when like a good session ends, you're just like, what can I do now? Like, what adventure can I go on next? What does our DM have for us next? What if it's this? What if it's this? Or like, how am I going to build my character? I mean, if anything, it opens your mind tremendously. You just have to look for like how it does.
Justin.
Yeah. What?
Are we rolling for the initiative then?
Yeah, if you want to talk to me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so
13. I got
1. Wait. Did we add something to it?
Monster shows up. You roll for initiative, see who goes first. Then all the math is added up. Like, were we ambushed? Were they ambushed? Who's faster? Who's slower? Just get the ball rolling.
As a DM, it's your job to make the world believable and like give them all the information they need to like understand their surroundings and to figure out like what their options are when like presented with a problem. I think it's really important that I'm not like pushing them, trying to get them to do what I want them to do, because it's their game. I'm just the behind the scenes trying to make it all work. I thought I was going to prefer to be a player, because that's a lot of fun. Like, you feel like it's a certain connection with your character.
Yeah, you're like in action.
And like when you level up or find a new item, it's really cool. But I haven't really missed that so much. Like, it's fun being the DM and being able to like just punish them. Like when Jen was trying to shoot somebody with her crossbow and she rolled a 1, I'm like, yeah, you drop your crossbow. Good luck. You drop your crossbow and it falls in the room below.
She lost her crossbow.
Yeah.
That's
You just injure me!
I was gonna say that's worse than taking HP.
Why can't you just injure me?
Is that your only weapon?
Yes!
I mean, at least you can
I literally can't do anything!
You can heal.
You can heal.
We'll use you as the healer. It's okay.
I'm more than just a healer.
Yeah, it's great. It's to open it up to other people. It's like, I do think it's a game anyone can play. I feel like you need a lot of focus, and you need to be able to zone in on the situation.
In general, like every single person at one
Yeah.
point or another, even just within our first session, led at some point. Like,
Right.
I'm a takeover, or like, I guess your decision making and your.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
leadership, very much so. Decision making, you know, like, should we do this? Should we do that? Kind of like compare and contrast the, best thing to do in a certain situation.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking, yeah, that's a good one.
As a misconception of D&D, I'd definitely say like, oh, only people with no lives play it, and like that's absolutely preposterous. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it takes up a lot of time because like campaigns can last for years. Like it can be actual like parts of people's lives. But I mean, that's just it. They're like parts of people's lives. There are plenty of fascinating people that bring back like stories from their work, bring back stories from their like lives, and they incorporate them into D&D games. And I feel like if there is any misconception of the game, that, and we don't worship Satan, it really is just that it's almost like reading a very comprehensive book. It's a fun habit, it's a fun hobby, but it's in no means life-consuming.
Well, the good thing was, like, I knew some people, like I knew Jen, so I knew at least one person, and so that was definitely good. But then there were a couple other people that I did not know, like I didn't know Darryl, and I did not know Blanca.
Yeah.
And so when they joined for the first time, it was just kind of like, like strangers, like, oh, hello, shake their hands and kind of that kind of stuff. But then as we got playing, you really kind of get to know them more, and especially like how they form their character and how they work as their character, and just even talking to them and stuff, that really helped you know, create that bond and that friendship with them. So even though we've only played together like what 2 or 3 times now, like I really feel like I know them more. You know, I know them better than I would have not normally.
I mean, it's just that I just met them, and at first I was like, well, okay, I'll play. I mean, my friend is here and this seems fun. And it just eventually, like, we got so involved. They don't feel like strangers anymore. And now I just see them as my friends. So it's definitely a bonding experience, if you may say.
So what was it like playing with complete strangers? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Honestly, a lot less stressful than I thought it'd be.
Why did you think it'd be stressful?
Because I have horrible social anxiety.
And how did you overcome that so quickly, playing with these strangers? What happened to make you think, hey, these guys ain't bad?
Because they're hilarious. They are indeed hilarious. Making me laugh, that's the easy way to bring down that wall.
It's like with my friends, like I knew them, so I know what they found funny, and like, but I feel like it was pretty easy to pick that up with our group. Like I sort of like had to gauge like their personalities and see like what they'd enjoy. I mean, like it's always more fun to play with your best friends, but I'm enjoying this group.
I feel like it's also like, I mean, not like yet, but it's like a way for you to discover ways that you could be. Like you get to become something you're normally not. And that's something that's taken for granted, I guess. Like you get to be able to be in a safe environment and try whatever you've always been too scared to do. So if you want to be super adventurous and super gutsy and you're not normally, you can go stick your neck out and kill a troll. It's a way, I don't know, I guess almost like to find your other self, I guess, in a way. And it's kind of cool too, because I mean, I guess for art students, we kind of do in a way that's something great we get to do. We get to create every single day, like new characters, new things, new creatures, and create complete pieces of artwork. And people who aren't in art don't get to create things very often. Like you don't get to stem something from your imagination. Your imagination kind of just dies off after a while.
Or if they think that they can't draw, that they can't come up with cool characters. And that's not true. You know, absolutely anyone can come up with cool characters. And it really all comes from you. And everyone can do it.
I think it's just about having some good fun with some mates. I mean, you get together on Sunday night, escape the world for a bit. Everyone shares a collective adventure that's a nice escape, but at the same time, it brings a sense of victory and a sense of camaraderie that I don't think you can really find as often anywhere else. D&D just means having fun with a bunch of friends. Bare brass tacks, really.